Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Splatoon 2. Last night we defeated our first boss of the game and made ourselves to World 2. But as you can see, I'm looking a little bit different this time around. In fact, I lost a lot of my feminine charm and became a lot more masculine. That's because in between episodes, I decided to go ahead and change my inkling to the boy design. So this is the boy design that they primarily use for advertising for Splatoon 2. This hairstyle in particular is the hairstyle they use a lot for Splatoon 2, so I figured just go ahead and change things up every once in a while and change my inkling around. So I'm starting off here in particular next to the Ammonite Enhancifier, simply because I want to go ahead and buy my first upgrade. So because I have more than 500 eggs and more than 2 of the Sardiniums, I can go ahead and afford one of the 2 bomb types, Auto Bomb and the Curling Bomb. I'll go with the Curling Bomb first. Move straight while inking the ground before exploding. You can adjust how far it goes by holding it before releasing. These here are pretty interesting because they go in a straight line until they hit a wall. So if I can go ahead and demonstrate here, I press up on the D-pad and change my different type of bomb. As you can see, they're going straight ahead, which is really good for inking very fast in front of you. So I'll be using this a lot in terms of transportation, but if I throw it into a wall, it'll bounce off that wall and move in a different direction. You can also hold the curling bomb to have it have less of a range in general and make it explode quicker. So curling bombs are pretty interesting. They're kind of like the secret bombs from Splatoon 1, but this time around they don't home into enemies. Instead, they bounce around on walls, and also you can detonate them at will. So I do like them a little bit more than the Seekers. The auto bombs in particular are more like the Seeker bombs, and we'll see those later. But for now, I'm going to be sticking with the curling bombs. So jumping into level 5 here, we have ourselves a new weapon to use. These here are the Hero Dualies. These are the hottest weapons in the game right now, the Hero Dualies. Press the B button while shooting and moving in any direction to do a slick dodge roll. You can dodge roll forward, backward, or side to side. It's totally raw. It is indeed raw. Whatever that means. His dang fish logo. What the cool hip fish are saying nowadays. So, Hero Dualies are very interesting. As Sheldon was saying, these were the hottest new type of weapon that were actually introduced in Splatoon 2. A lot of people, when the global test fire of the game first came out, before the game was even released in 2017, a lot of people were picking the Dualies because they were just that fun to use when they first were released. Hero Dualies are very interesting weapons because you have 2 guns in your hand, hence the name Dualie. But because of this, you do have a shorter range compared to a normal splatter shotgun. So these aren't as good in terms of range, but in terms of power, they make up for it in a lot of different ways. And just like Sheldon said, we can go ahead and do some dodge rolls as well. You can only do 2 at a time with these Dualies. There are other Dualies you can do multiple dodges at once, but for these Hero Dualies, you can only do 2. And then there's a little bit of a cooldown before you can do yet another dodge. So these are pretty fun. The only issue I have with Dualies is that because the dodge rolling mechanic is mapped to the B button, which is the same button as your jump, if you're holding down the jump button and you're trying to shoot with the Dualies in the air, instead of jumping, you're going to just be doing a dodge roll instead. So you have to be very careful when using the Dualies just for that reason. I have a muscle memory, just from how many years I've been playing Splatoon in general. I have a muscle memory that tells me whenever I'm holding the shoot button, I can go ahead and jump, and I'll be able to get the same results. I'll be able to jump and shoot. But with the Dualies, you gotta let go of the shoot button before jumping, because if you're holding down that button and shooting, you're gonna have a miserable time. You'll probably just be jumping to a pit, because I've done that more than my fair share of times. Now, before going on, I actually want to make my way backwards here. Take out some more of these Octarians, which give me more power eggs. Go ahead and swap over to the normal bomb, because I don't want to use a curling bomb for a distance throw. That won't work at all. But let's go ahead and swap back and make our way to our next checkpoint here. Hit this ink rail and start grinding it up. And for this, we're going to jump back and forth on the rails. This is our first introduction to a level with multiple ink rails next to each other. So we can go ahead and do rail swapping at any time. And it's a little weird, honestly, because rail swapping is very, very fluid. All you have to do is hold the direction you want to go and then press the B button, and your inkling will jump to that rail. But because these rails are always pushing you forward, you have to be careful, because if you're not holding that direction, you'll just go straight up. And because of that, you got to be very careful you're not trying to swap rails while jumping at the same time, because it's very easy to just jump straight into a pit. I've done that when I first started learning how the rails worked in Splatoon 2. I don't really do that much now, just because I'm used to this mechanic. When you first play the game, it takes some time to get used to how the rail switching works. It does work better in a lot of Sonic games, that's for sure. Rail swapping in Sonic games are always hit and miss. It's either really good or really terrible. It depends on the game, to be honest. Let's go ahead and jump into our launch pad and get out of here. We got all of our collectibles. We got the scroll, we got the Sardinium, and we ever have ourselves an extra collectible, which was a meal ticket. Leaving the level, we'll go ahead and learn what that ticket will do, but for now, we got ourselves 20 bonus eggs because we had ourselves armor and a special weapon. I don't find the special weapon to be that helpful in the level, so I just hold on to it for the extra eggs. But there you go, that's level 5 down. Let's check that weapon log. Oh man, this is some really good stuff. The more data we collect, the quicker we can use this in the multiplayer mode, but for now, it's just a loner. We get the drill. So now we can use the hero dualies outside this level, so that's nice. And we got ourselves a ticket. We can go ahead and show us the Krusty Sean in the square, and it'll give us a reward. Oh, that's one of those tickets you can use at Krusty Sean's place. You can find his food truck parked in Inkopolis Square. He sells the most amazing fried hot dog thing. Man, I could really go for a hot dog right now. Oh, I gotcha. I got that Splatfest reference. You can't hide that from me, Splatoon. This looks like a get-rich-quick scheme by some shady guy with crazy hair. I made a cool 10 million G in a year just sitting around. Ask me how. Do people really fall for this bilge? Hey, if I can just make money from sitting, I'll take it. A lot of people do that now by just playing games on the internet, so it's not that unheard of. I sure hope you're not afraid of heights, Agent 4. Break Bratty shields if you hit him enough with the ink. And I can check my progress. It's a Octarian army warehouse? I don't know, you tell me. There's all those Octarians. Do you realize what I'm missing out by being here? So she's gonna keep on telling me some hints and just some other flavor text. I'm just trying to see what else she can say that can be really good. I mean, we've heard the pineapple pizza thing before. So, pretty sure Agent 4 is lost. Has Agent 4 even used Sheldon's weird weapon box yet? Who thought Agent 4 was the needy type? I might need someone to rescue me from Agent 4. Okay, that's rude. I'm just gonna ink you. You're lucky you have that umbrella. You are so lucky. You would be covered in green ink if you didn't have that. So let's just go ahead and find ourselves our next level here. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and ink this wall. I'm gonna see if I can go over here in particular. So pump up the sponge and let's jump over here. See what this level is. Oh, that's 9. I don't want to go there yet. That is way later. I think maybe I gotta go up this wall in particular. This might lead me to 6. I never remember exactly where these levels are because they're very spread out this time around. Oh, here's another meal tick I just accidentally got, and then I instinctively held the B button while shooting. Jumped right off the edge. That's what I was talking about earlier. I have this muscle memory telling me I can just press the B button while I'm still shooting and it'll be safe. But with the dualies, that's a death sentence. I can't do that. So I gotta be very careful when I'm using these dualies because if my muscle memory kicks in like that, I'm just gonna kill myself. It's fine to do it in a hub though, because there's no penalty for doing that here. Here's level 6. The Octo Zeppelin Invasion. Time to set sail. And as you see going in, this is our Sheldon request level, so that means we have yet another new weapon to use. Go ahead and take our new weapon with us, the Hero Charger. This is the Hero Charger. You hold the ZR button to charge it up, then splat some enemies from afar. You can also swim around a bit without losing your charge. Cool, huh? I call that storing your charge. Get good at it, and you'll be cooking in no time. What I'm gonna be cooking? Wanna know what I'm gonna be cooking? Gonna be making seafood? I mean, that'd be nice. So these are grapple shots as Sheldon's trying to describe. You wanna go ahead and shoot them with your weapon or to traverse more in the level. So that's going to be our main gimmick here. But the Charger here is a very interesting weapon. This here is our sniper rifle of the game. And Charger's got a pretty big buff in my opinion from Splatoon 1 to 2, simply because now you can charge your ink while swimming around. So I can go ahead and make a fully charged shot just like so. And then while it's fully charged, I can go into my ink and that charge is stored. So now I can go ahead and charge my weapon and maneuver around without having to worry about that slow speed that you get. Because when you're charging up your shot with the charger, you move really, really slow. So being able to charge your shot and then also store it, swing around your ink, that is a major buff for this weapon. And it makes it a lot more viable now, I think, in Splatoon 2. The charger is pretty good from Splatoon 1, but I feel like I've seen more charger players now in 2 than I have in 1. And it's mainly just because of this new ability. Being able to charge your ink while moving around, that's a pretty big buff in my opinion. But this is probably one of the best levels to really demonstrate a sniper's capabilities. Because there's just so many things for us to shoot. I gotta be careful here because I'm running out of ink, but these enemies that keep on coming out of these little portals, you gotta be very careful because there's really only one weak spot on those giant missile Altarians. That's on the very top. That's when their top tentacle is. That's the only point you can go ahead and damage that enemy. Any other spot, and they are invincible. So you have to be very careful because of that. And it's a very interesting enemy for that reason. I do like it. Alright, I cannot see where I'm shooting from here. Let me just go ahead and move. There we go. So one thing I do want to mention, though, about storing your charge with these charger weapons is that it's a really useful ability now in Splatoon 2, but it doesn't last forever. So if you're in your ink for too long while holding a charge shot, it will go away after a while. So if I hold my ink here, as you can see, my shot just went away and I was refilling the ink. So you can't stay in your ink forever while holding a charge shot because it will wear out after a while. But it is still a very useful thing and a major improvement to the chargers, in my opinion. But before we jump in this portal, do not jump there yet. You want to jump on this ledge, shoot the box here, and you'll get yourself the sunken scroll of this level. As you've seen, just from how I got over there, it was a very roundabout way to get to that scroll. It was a very interesting one, in all honesty. When I first played this game, that scroll took me a while to figure out because I didn't know how to get to it. I didn't know where it was. So I do like that placement. It's very tricky. I also got to be careful not to get hit with these missiles because they do hurt. I'm trying to be careful and not lose my armor this early on. So let's get out of here. Make our way to our next section. Okay, guess I didn't have enough of a charge shot to hit that. I could have swore I would make it. Sometimes the range on the chargers is very mixed. Since this is the main charger type of weapon, this is not one of the special ones you can get from the multiplayer, like a Squiffer for example. This one has a lot of range. You get more range the longer you hold down your charge shot though. So you want to hold this charge shot in for maximum amount of charge, if that makes sense. That kind of sounded weird. Let me try it again. If you hold down this weapon, the longer you hold it, the more charge you get. The fully charged shot is the best in terms of range, so you're going to want to make sure you definitely have that full range. So here I'm going to go ahead and shoot and land on the platform. I'm going to go ahead and make these platforms move pretty quick, so the best way to do it is to use a fully charged shot on these little fans. Let's go ahead and hit that fan and aim for the zip line, and there you go. Made it to the end. Let's go ahead and kill these enemies for some extra eggs, although this one's kind of awkward to aim at. There we go. Here's the balloon. Get the egg. And just go ahead and use our bomb to grab our Zapfish. There you go. That's level 6 down. And we finished that with the special because just like the last level, I don't really find using the special weapon in this one to be all that helpful, to be honest. I mean, it could be helpful in some situations, but I just rather use a fully charged shot and then I'm good to go. But now that we beat this level here, we can use the charger in the hub world and previous levels, so that's another weapon add to our arsenal. What could have happened to the two embracing? No matter how one loves, there are always different aims. Love can take a great many forms, whenever the era. Aw, that's a cute love story. Oh yeah, and we can go back to the ink off my square by just pressing X and then the plus button. So basically, there is a quick way to leave this mode if you're tired of the single player, which is nice. But I'm going to be playing this pretty much the whole way, so it doesn't really matter for me. So let's go into level 7. The back alley cleanup. Suck it up. This level introduces a new type of enemy that I'm not that big of a fan of. It's my least favorite type of enemy in Splatoon 2. So this one is going to start introducing a mechanic here where we're just going to be swapping weapons per level. And not all levels are going to have a new weapon, so we're going back to the hero shot here. But this here is a giant Squee-G. I don't like them. These guys are really annoying. You'll see why later in this level. But the giant Squee-G here is just like a normal one, but this time around, they maneuver around on the ground instead of on the wall. So now we have to worry about Squee-Gs on the wall and on the floor. And those giant Squee-Gs are just so big. I mean, this one coming up here, it takes up the whole platform. I mean, look at this. There's like no room to move. So this guy is really annoying. As you can see, Squee-G's trying to suck up your ink. So trying to get this guy over here, just so I can get the shield on top of him, kind of a nuisance. So you can go ahead and ride Squee-Gs here, and the best way to do so is throw a bomb in front of them, and then they'll just follow the ink trail from the bomb. I swear, trying to aim with something on a Squee-G is one of the worst things. Because those guys move around so fast, and they just shuffle all over the place. It's really hard to get an accurate aim. So, yeah, not my favorite type of enemy, if you want to be honest. Squee-Gs are just annoying in general. But man, these giant ones are even worse. Why they gotta be big? Okay, that was a nice combo. I was hoping that bomb would distract the Octarian long enough to splat him. So here, we're going to go ahead and take out this weapon. That's a sprinkler. And sprinklers will just go ahead and spread around ink in a specific area. So we want to take out those things whenever we see them. So here's another giant Squee-G. Let's go ahead and jump on top to get some extra shielding. Get rid of this stupid sprinkler. It's really not in a good spot, so I want to get rid of it as fast as I can. I'm surprised that bomb actually hit and destroyed my shield. I thought I was going to miss that explosion for a second. I can barely reach that guy, but I can still reach. Alright, let's go ahead and continue on here. So, ink up this wall here a bit. Grab ourselves the box, which gives us more power eggs. And I'm going to keep on moving here because that Squee-G's right on my tail, and they hurt. I don't want them to run into me. Yeah, that box takes forever to shoot. Seriously, it's just such a pace breaker. I don't like those taped up boxes. You come down here and you get yourself your sunken scroll level, so that's helpful, but not very important. Let's get back on this wall real quick because the Squee-G's coming back and we want him to come over here. So let's go ahead and throw our splat bombs down over in this area. Beat him over. Listen to him squeak. He really needs a nice greasing because he is very squeaky. Hey, it's a squeaky Squee-G. I get it. Puns. This game does like puns, and there's a lot of them. I mean, you saw a lot of the puns in the first boss fight. There's going to be more later on. Let's just go ahead and climb up this area here and just forget puns exist for a moment. Take out this Octarian, and this Squee-G here is in my way, so let me just ink up as much of the wall as I can to distract it. You can shoot the Squee-G and slow it down a bit, but since you can't damage Squee-Gs, I don't really find much of a point to shooting them at all. There's not really that much you can do to slowing it down. Also, that Sardinium, I swear, is like one of the easiest ones in the game to get. They just guide you straight to it. So here's a giant Squee-G. I'm going to try something here. As soon as he gets released, I'm just going to jump straight around him. Normally what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to bait him all the way back around to where you first landed over there where the Sardinium was, and then walk around where the Squee-G was located. But instead, I jumped around the Squee-G, saving up a whole bunch of time in the process. And it looks cool. Gotta look cool when you're playing this game. Gotta have that swag. That Splatoon swag. Let's go ahead and throw a bomb here to distract the enemy. And it took out a shield instead, but let's go ahead and grab this key and unlock this door because this is gonna unleash the beast. Go, my Squee-G. Kill the Octarians. These guys are gonna just stand no chance against this giant old Squee-G. It's a one-hit KO to these Octarians, even with the shield. They just can't stand a chance. Now, I'm actually going to bail right here because this guy's slow. I want to go ahead and explore a little bit around this area. The best way to do so is to not be on the Squee-G. So I'm going to see if I can help take out some of these guys because I do need to ride the Squee-G to the end, and this guy gets super distracted. So if I can kill all these guys as well, that'd be a real big help. How did he live? Just die already. There, okay. Now I can jump onto the Squee-G and miss, apparently. Let's try that again. I can jump onto the Squee-G now and right into the end. So, let me throw a bomb down here. Come on, buddy. Get back over here. Oh, where did you come from? Random flying Octarians. Okay. Let me throw a bomb up here. Because then, even though that bomb is nowhere near where that Squee-G was, he's still trying to get it and to clean up the area. Which is a little weird, but very convenient for me, because then I can throw a bomb next to the enemy and kill it in the process. But there you go. That's another level down. And now I think with that, this is probably going to be a good stopping point. So let's go ahead and see what our scroll says before we end the episode. Many travelers find themselves in Inkopolis Square at some point in their journey. Youth from far-flung seas gather in these colorful hubs of comings, growings, meetings, and farewells. It's a heart-filled message. Yeah, I like it. Marie here is telling us how to swap weapons, which is nice, but I don't really care. I think how we're going to end this episode is the way how we began it. We're going to jump back to the very beginning and buy ourselves a bomb upgrade real fast, because now I have enough to afford the other type of bomb in the game. So let me just go ahead and ink my trail over here real fast, and let's go ahead and buy ourselves the auto bomb. A bomb that runs at nearby targets when thrown. Explodes automatically when it's near its target. We'll see what the auto bomb can do at the start of the next episode, but basically, as the name says, it's an automatic running bomb. So when it's near enemies, it will chase them down until it explodes. And it's a pretty interesting bomb for that reason. But let's go ahead and make our way back over here to World 2. And with that note, I'm actually going to go ahead and end the episode. Next time on Let's Play Splatoon 2, we'll continue on here in World 2, and maybe even finish it up. I'll see you guys next time.